Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Host podcast.
where we talk about conscious living, self awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
Thank you so much for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
Were you finna laugh?
Yes.
You need to be professional while you are at work.
Because nobody knows, but before we start this podcast, like to get the mic and the camera
I don't think they need to know.
synced, we do this thing. And it's pretty ridiculous and it's just funny to me. So that's why I be laughing sometimes too.
It is quite ridiculous. Anyways, how you been?
You know, I've been okay. I've had some ups and downs more recently, but I'm better, much better, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
How are you?
I've been good. I can't lie. I've been good. I've been analyzing myself pretty well as of late, like my emotions, like what I need, what I don't need, what's serving me, what's not serving me. And I've been able to express myself to others very well as of recently. Thanks to you.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been able to open up with you a little more, like telling you things, um, if especially things I think might anger you or you might not want to hear.
Yeah, you did that. Yeah,
I
you did that this morning.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm just getting better at that.
You are, and I appreciate you holding me accountable. And being able to express that.
You're welcome.
That's growth.
Yes.
That's on growth.
And how y'all been? I hope y'all been growing, maintaining,
Maintaining,
skin
growing,
glowing, drinking water.
garage silly.
That
Every
is
time
what
I
he
hear it, I
said.
think
You
about
gotta
Tyler.
say, you gotta say
You have
garage
to
city.
You have to say garage silly
Yeah, but how y'all been from the cubes?
from the cubes. The cubes.
The cubes.
The gym. Because people be like, I'm at the gym.
People go on walks too. We
In the
be on walks.
walks.
I appreciate y'all taking me to these nice places too.
It's an honor
A
to
very
be in your ears.
yes. I do want to say I appreciate y'all. People who write and be like, it's been some like heartfelt messages like sent to us about this podcast, stuff that I could never really have thought people would have like opened up with us about.
Definitely.
I just want to thank y'all for connecting with us.
For
one
sure.
time.
Thank you for seeing us. We see y'all and we're just overjoyed with love
Voice.
and just feel so
There it
seen.
is.
Just feel so seen.
But yes, thank y'all. But on to our business. What we
Today's
rapping about today?
business. So, I guess the last episode of last season, I kind of talked about just my year in review. And one of the biggest lessons for last year, 2022, was that I realized that everything is temporary. And so today we are going to kind of expand and elaborate a little more on that topic because I feel like I just briefly mentioned it in that episode.
You briefly said it, but it took on a life of its own. Like people was
did.
like, there was a sentence that stuck out to people. Everything is temporary. So I thought it was we thought it was a good idea to address like what that actually stands for, means, and how adopting this principle could like help you out.
For sure.
So
What is that?
I'm finna ask you that.
No, I want you to go first. What is it ultimately? Because sometimes, like me hearing you speak first, it gives birth to some of my thoughts and
Yeah, I know
like
what
it
you
turns
mean.
a
Yeah,
light
yeah.
bulb on for me. So I want to know because they heard me talk about it a little bit. So what does everything is temporary mean to you?
So when I hear that phrase, it's more or less about my practice of like trying to stay even keel about a lot of things. When I say even keel, I mean like grateful and gratitude. It's a sustainable emotion, unlike other emotions that we tend to cling to, like happiness. Happiness is kind of like at the very top of things, like it's the ceiling, and then like anger and sadness are kind of like at the basement, right, the bottom, and then right in the middle is like to me gratitude, where it's always there. It's just a grounding thing for me, and to know that everything is temporary lets me know that like I'm extremely happy right now. I am, but I shouldn't get
Attached.
attached to this. Exactly. You know what I mean? If I'm happy about my new car, then that's cool. Like, and that happiness is very much warranted. It like is
It's
good.
yeah, it's deserved. It's
It's well deserved, but don't get so attached to it that now I got to go buy a new car, new everything, and keep buying and buying and buying because I'm attached to this happiness, right?
mm-hmm.
And anger and sadness, same thing. I don't want to attach myself to those two. Kind of anger ain't necessarily a bottom feeling. I feel like sadness is sort of a bottom feeling, but
Yeah, I feel
anger,
like sadness is a little lower than
yeah, then
anger.
anger, yes. But I don't want to attach to either one of them. That's not the light I want to give people. You know what I mean? But when I'm right there, even killed, knowing that my anger will pass, my sadness will pass, the happiness will pass, but what will remain is me in the universe. Will always be here, and I always be grateful for me, myself, for the universe, and for the moment that I'm in. You know what I mean? I think when we spoke about this the other night, I told you like the past is like it's gone. Of course, it's the past. In the future, neither one of them are currently with us, but the present is always here, and that's also what I feel when I hear everything is temporary. I feel present. I feel like since everything is temporary, I should enjoy the very moment I have right now.
Agreed.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
That was well said.
You think so?
For sure.
I think I was rambling.
No, you did amazing. You're
Okay,
doing great, sweetie.
you're doing great, sweetie. So how does the phrase "everything temporary" sound to you? What does it mean to Ree?
For me, you covered a lot of like how I feel about that particular phrase, but like you said before, we get so attached to particular emotions. Like happiness is like a high for a lot of us, and we find
Yeah,
ourselves chasing that high like all the time,
like a
and
drug.
exactly, and wanting to be nothing but happy. The thing is, it's okay to feel all of these emotions from happiness to sad and everything in between. Like that's okay, but we as a society and as the human race, we're addicted to happiness. We're attached to it, and it seems to be the utmost feeling that we want to feel.
Yeah,
So you definitely hit the what's the saying? Hit the nail right on the hit the
did the nail
nail
on the
right on the
head?
head. I don't
Put
know
the nail in the coffin and shit like that.
something, but you did it. You own it. You own it.
No, but you are right. That happiness, which we're gonna do an episode about
Happiness.
the trick. Like happiness is it is a tricky thing. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Happiness is a very tricky thing to understand. You know what I mean? I feel like once we have a better concept of happiness, I think we'll feel it more often.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think that happiness ain't as simple as we assume it is, though. It is a
But it
tricky
can
little.
be.
It is, but I think it's a tricky thing. I think it's a very tricky emotion to deal
Yeah.
with. Happiness is because I don't think people see the addictive side of happiness. That's why I mean it's tricky. Like so, it ain't like I don't want you motherfuckers to smile. I want y'all to be happy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but when we start to chase that happiness, we ugly things start to happen, and I don't think people account for happiness in a lot of spiritual murder scenes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think when people go through so many bad things, I don't think they account that happiness is in the room too. Like it played a deal in it. You wanted to be happy so bad, you went out and did all these things. You see what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
happiness has a ugly side to it that I don't think
Yeah.
is spoke about enough in society to where
Yeah.
that's why gratitude is that girl. Gratitude is
Forever.
him. Like telling you like happiness is cool and all. And I agree. Happiness is good. I'll be happy. When I'm next to Ree, I'm happy and shit. Like I'm happy. But I'm telling you, gratitude will take your life to other places though.
For
That happiness
sure.
can't go.
For sure. And like the thing with happiness, it can be a very dangerous space because it's like the things that some of us will do for happiness, the
Yeah.
people that we step on, the people that
Whew.
we hurt, you know what I'm saying? Just to make ourselves happy. You know what I'm saying? It's a dangerous
Absolutely.
space.
That shit.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. That's why happiness is gonna be a whole nother
Yeah,
episode
that'll be
on its
yeah,
own.
we need to write that in our notes.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Don't,
yeah. What?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, like I said, you pretty much covered it for me. Like everything is temporary for me has helped me so much. Like I'm getting that shit tatted on me. Like no cap.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
getting it tatted on me. And this past year, even like when I said that shit at the end of 2020, I had no idea about the things that I was about to like experience in my life.
Yeah.
And like when I tell you this year been crazy, it's been crazy,
It has
and
been one. It's been one for the books.
it's
So
been one
remember.
for the books. But that everything is temporary. That quote, that saying has really helped me out. And I feel like sometimes when we go through different experiences and like feel certain emotions, like that shit can feel like forever.
Yeah.
Like it can literally like feel like forever. Like, yesterday I was like really at a low, like pretty much all morning. And again, grateful to you to have helped me pull myself out of that. But that it felt like forever. It felt like I had felt like that forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But being able to understand like that this too shall pass. This is temporary. This will not be forever. Because that's what life is.
Yes.
That's what life is. But just knowing that has pulled me out of so many different, I don't know, different emotions. Not even emotions, because it's not like I don't want to, like, it's not like I'm not allowing myself to feel certain things, because I
Mm-hmm.
am. But knowing that everything is temporary alone, it
It
helps
just
me appreciate that particular
yeah,
emotion
yeah.
or
It just
experience.
brings a level of calmness for me. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
level of calmness. Like this will
Yeah.
pass. Like I know it's rough right now, but like I know I will see. I'm gonna see another emotion. I'm gonna see another day. I'm gonna see another situation. This is cool. No breakup is forever. No job loss. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna never get paper again. You know what I mean? Everything will pass. Like this shit is everything is temporary.
Everything is temporary. Even if, like I said before on on the episode where I talked about it, um, the feelings of sadness, it helped me, that saying helped me get through those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm happy or anything like that, like those high vibrational, feelings and emotions, that help me appreciate and have
Yeah, yeah,
gratitude towards those emotions even more.
yeah, for sure.
And another saying that I feel like is kind of like similar to everything is temporary is time heals all wounds. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
not exactly the
Same, but
same,
they yeah, I
but
get
they
where
are
you going.
similar. They're along the same path. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. Like, because you'll think like I'll never be able to get over this. Like, you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, even like just going back when my grandma passed away over 10 years ago, like I was distraught, like in pieces. I went to school that day and just crying. I could not stop crying. And I have my days, like even 10 years later, where I think about her and I tear up. But although the love I have for her is still the same, and if not even stronger, but now I'm able to like think about her but continue to like live my life, but also through her.
Yeah, I get what that means. I get what you're saying with that. Um, Time heals all wounds is like one of them old school sayings. You know what I mean? It is a very true one though. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it still holds ground today. Like Ree lost her grandmother. I ended up losing my father at a real young age, and a lot of times, like time says you'll get over these things, but I don't necessarily know if we ever get over them, but we get through with them. Like, and they have to be brought.
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
get over it. You
you
get through
get
it.
through with them. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Because like my father passing is something I think about just about every other day. So it's not like something you get over. But when I step over something, when I'm walking, I keep going, and whatever I stepped over is back
It's
there.
just
But
there,
this
yeah.
thing is with me. You know what I mean? So I have to learn how to live with it. Um, we are, of course, we got two daughters, and we big fans of animation movies. I don't know if y'all know the movie Turning Red.
Oh, Turning Red is so good.
It's a good ass movie, and I'm a grown ass person. I still like animated movies.
Facts.
Forever gonna watch them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They too good for me to stop. DreamWorks know what they doing.
They
Like
know
I,
they understood the
like
assignment.
they raised me. Like it's what it
Yeah.
is. But in that movie, like that little girl turns into a big red panda, right? And it's like a thing in her family where all of them turned into pandas at a certain age, and then all the other women before her, like they put their panda into like this little chain that and they
It's a
carried it
lot.
with them like a little
Yeah.
locket. And that's kind of like what it is when you have something painful. Like you don't ever put it down and like you never see it again. It's like something you carry with you, like an earring, like a necklace, like something you just have on as an accessory. Kind of makes you who you are. You know what I mean? You
Mm.
carry on life with that shit.
That reminds me of the movie Inside Out. where she has these. It's like a core memory. You remember
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
core
yeah.
memory, another animated movie,
Another animation.
another great one. You know what I mean? If y'all not watching animated movies,
What are you doing?
I don't know, you wasting your time with some of the shit. Like, this is my opinion. You gotta watch that shit though. But yeah, like you gotta live life with certain things because it ain't gonna go away. Um, Also, you don't have the power over everybody to change things, so you have to live with the fact that certain things are a certain way.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said, time does heal our wounds, and then you have to learn in that process to how to lift yourself up. You know what I mean? Because I know it seems heavy. So when we say everything is temporary, the more you like lift yourself up, the lighter that feels. You know what I mean? It's just like lifting weights. Like a certain weight may be heavy to you at beginning of the year, but 3 4 months pass, like you gonna need to put more. You know what I mean? Weights on there because shit, you've been crushing it like that. You have to,
Wow.
yeah.
Like no, you're literally spitting today.
Okay. Here we are.
Literally.
Here we are. But like it's like that though. You gotta keep lifting yourself up like that every single day. And in the beginning, it might feel like a fucking lie. And that's all right. But I promise you, the more you lift yourself up, you'll start to command confidence to come out you because you speaking it every single day. You acting in that way. So you lifting it up and you'll be a stronger person when all this shit is said and done.
Mhm.
You real pretty. I just had to say
Stop.
it was on my head when I looked at you. Anyways, but
Thank you.
I had to let you know that.
Thank you. You're very handsome. Very handsome fella. Also, like when it comes to lifting yourself up, sometimes you may just need to change. Not just because, like, I'm not just saying like that's the only thing, but like you'll need a change in scenery. Like yesterday, like y'all, full transparency. Like I was crying literally all morning yesterday, and we end up getting out the house. We went to the park and we just laid. We had like a little blanket and we just lay in the sun. And like sometimes what it is like you need to change the scenery and you need a connection to Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back to the universe, back to that.
Back to you ultimately.
Yeah, back to yourself ultimately, and like back to that line of gratitude I'm talking about. Like
Mm-hmm.
we went from a low point, you know what I mean? And we got back to that. Once we left the park, um, we were back grateful for the life we had and
Yeah.
ready to get back to it and ready to like.
You wouldn't believe that I was just crying my fucking eyes out that morning. Like you wouldn't believe it based on like how
Yeah,
how our moods had
change that
changed.
quickly and just like um something as simple as like laying in the sun like can change your entire outlook. You know what I mean? Just that simple, and it was a real beautiful experience for us.
Definitely, we have to tap into that a lot more. I'm so happy it's spring.
Yeah, yeah, spring cool. Yeah, it ain't fall, but it's decent.
I like fall too, but I just like the sun.
The sun is awesome too. It's awesome, but I like the winter though. I can't lie.
I'm
I like it
sorry, I
cold. I
cannot
like the
relate.
winter. Like
I
you can't,
cannot
but
relate.
I love the winter time. It's just my time of the year. I like it.
I used to think I liked the winter till this winter, and I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. Like I
I
can't,
love it.
I can't do it.
I can't get over it.
I need that sun, bro.
What do you?
I need the daylight. Going back to like happiness, because I think that's such an interesting topic that we don't hear people talk about a lot,
Yeah,
honestly.
you never hear people badmouth happiness.
Yeah, like, I mean, mm, we've said it's overrated, and it is. It still very much is.
Yeah,
But just going back to it and thinking about how we often, like I said, we're attached to it, we're addicted to it, and I think that we count on external sources outside of ourselves to make us happy often. I'm
yeah,
guilty of it.
yeah.
I do it all the
Everybody guilty.
time.
Yeah, but we do lean on outside sources way too often.
And yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think that if you continue to rely on external sources of happiness, it's sure to fail. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, it's sure to fail. And it's to the point where, especially like with the things that I'm going through right now, like, it's like I want something like to make me feel happier, whether it be food, a package, a package from
a
the
package will do
a
it.
package gonna do it
A
every
package will
time.
do it. You say it buy something in 3 days, you gonna light up.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that you'll never be satisfied. You're gonna
Nah.
keep wanting more, 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 because ultimately we're trying to fill this void inside of us when we really need to be like looking inner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just dealing with what's going on, what's truly going on inside us. 'Cause it's like putting on a band-aid. Putting on a band-aid.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like if the flow of things, external things trying to make us happy, but that thing that we're running from addressing will still be there
It's
when we're
gonna still
done.
be
And when we're
there.
done buying and we're done eating and we're done socializing and we're done doing all these things to ignore it. We're done sexualizing everything. When we get done, like so your girl has a really good song that made me think about it years ago. What's your girl? Damn, Solange
Scissor. Oh, Solange.
has it one song. I think it's Cranes in the Sky, something like that.
What she said in it?
Um, well, she just kept trying to think. Like
I tried to work it
I tried to work it
away.
away. I tried to,
I tried to sex it
yeah,
away. I
like she
tried
tried
to
all these,
travel,
like
but
so.
that just made me sadder. I tried to let go of my lover.
Yes, that shit. Like no matter what, like you can do all them things to distract you, but when you get done, when it's all said and done, that thing you run from will still be sitting there waiting for you in that room.
Hmm.
And I don't say it grows bigger at the more you ignore it, but it's gonna stay the exact same size.
Oh, it's going. If it's for sure gonna stay the exact same size, but it might even like
You might, yeah, you
fester.
might fuck around and ask some shit too, and you
Yeah,
didn't know.
like whenever I was in college, one of my favorite classes was public relations, and one of the biggest like lessons or things that she taught us, like anything that goes ignored and you don't address, like as far as like PR,
Hmm.
it festers. It only grows. It gets
I can
worse.
see it because it just feels like you ignoring the truth. Then, like, then all the, I don't know why when you say it, I think of like a company with a scandal and then like people tweeting about it and they ignoring it.
And then with that, you give people the opportunity to make up their own stories about it.
Facts,
From that standpoint.
and it's just you rather be in charge of your own narrative than the public. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You rather speak on your own behalf than let everybody else out there just say how you feel about things or what you did on things.
Exactly.
And the society we live in, all folks, motherfuckers will do it.
Oh, they gonna do it.
It's some good ass people who have stories that I know are absolutely false,
False.
but they make some good ass conspiracy
On my
TikToks out there.
I'm
It's
telling you, I be like, well, damn,
damn, was
that do
it
sound
like
right though.
is Pac
Like,
alive? Like, is he really
no,
dead?
like people be having me thinking, like
I
sometimes,
know. Then they
like,
got these AI photos of him in places. Have you seen that? I've seen an AI photo of
no,
like Tupac somewhere, and I was like, fuck. I know
Eh,
this is a lie, but if I wanted to believe it, this would be a good thing to believe. Like,
totally random. But how you feel about AI?
I don't fuck with AI.
Yeah, I
And I
think,
don't fuck with AI. This I'm seeing people like make generated songs with Kanye's voice.
yeah,
This shit dangerous. I told you we're gonna be at the point where I don't know who committed the crime no more.
exactly. I think with AI, I think if you use it for good, it could be
Yeah, it
amazing. Could
like
do amazing things for, you know, the world. But I think the way that I've seen people using it,
it's fucked up.
it
I
is.
don't like what technology is going with people.
Me neither.
For a healthy hoe like myself, I'm just gonna stick to laying in the sun at the park.
Exactly.
It's getting real weird out here,
It's
fellas.
getting weird. Y'all are weird. It's
It's
getting real weird.
it's getting real weird outside right now. So I'm gonna stick to myself.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. So with all the changes in tech and the way this world is going, yeah, I'm gonna try to stay centered in who I am
For sure.
as much as possible and stick to my goals, my traditional goals and things like that. I feel like we have goals that change over time. But you got the core traditional goals that you wanted for yourself for the longest. And I'm just trying to stick to those things because what I've been noticing is like the future becomes the past very, very fast. And the present is all we have. Like you were supposed to make this plan and do these things by this date, and that date comes a lot quicker than
Then you
you.
think,
It will run up on you a
mm-hmm.
lot quicker than you think. You know what I'm saying? So the future is quickly becoming the past as we sit here in the present. So I just want to be grateful for the moment I'm in and make sure I'm like doing my whole part, right? To get my goals sculpted because life is gonna go on. We had a discussion about I told you broke down like sculpting life to how I want it. Like life is gonna go on. So if you let life go on without you doing no action, then it'll just kind of like be all over the place. But if you actually want a goal is literally just sculpting life in a shape that you are satisfied with. You know what I'm saying? I hope people can get what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Like life goes on, um, continuously. Like what example did I give you earlier?
I can't remember, but like you literally have to think of yourself as an artist,
Yeah, yeah, with it.
or when I think of sculpt, I think of pottery.
Pottery, like yeah, yeah, and life is like that. Like the spinning pottery
It's
wheel
just
is
like
just like that.
that.
Like, and if you don't do nothing, it'll just be a blob, kind of spinning and like
Exactly.
just clay going everywhere. But if you focus in and with careful and gentle hands, like you could actually mold something beautiful into play, like that you actually had a vision for. So yeah, I'm glad you hit me out with that real quick.
You are so welcome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
my
you
pleasure.
spun that in for me real fast. I like that in you.
I feel like I'm someone who does a great job at planning my future.
You do.
I have, maybe not 100, but I have a lot of notebooks,
You got a lot of Pinterest boards.
a lot of Pinterest
You
boards.
be ashamed of that.
Why?
You got a lot of Pinterest boards. I thought I was on my Pinterest one day and I was like, and I thought I was on the Pinterest feed, how many like Johns was on there, but
Stop
it
it.
was literally just your private board put up on the computer. I was like, yo, this chick has to be stopped.
Let me
Like,
tell you something. You just now getting hip to Pinterest. I've been on Pinterest since 2010. So that's why I have so many boards. You're not gonna
don't
come for
Pinterest
me.
shame me.
I'm Pinterest shaming you because you tried to Pinterest shame me.
You have been on it longer than me, but that is no excuse to have a uh you got a messy ass Pinterest board.
Okay, so I have two Pinterest accounts, but on the Pinterest account that you're referring to, maybe I do need to go in and do some housekeeping and
Yes, you do.
clean up some pens that don't know that no longer serve me. Okay.
That is wicked. Go on though.
Um, but yes, I'm the ultimate master planner, and I think a big problem that I have and that I'm working on is, and not only me, a lot of y'all probably do too, um, is spending so much time living in the future and like thinking about the future that I neglect the bliss of the present moment.
Absolutely. I definitely I'm so guilty of that. Like so many good plans that I have versus actually like being in the moment, grateful for where I am, and then actually picking a plan and sticking with it.
hmm And I think that for me too, I think that I be trying to like save myself. If that makes any kind of sense, I'm gonna try to break this down as simple as I possibly can for like everybody to
Go
try to
ahead. I feel like
understand
something
it.
good is coming.
But don't put pressure on me now. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I have experienced a lot of shit in my life.
Hmm.
Good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I've experienced a lot. And by me living in the future, I'm trying to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I'm trying to protect myself. I'm trying to make sure everything happens how I want it to happen. But that's not good. That's one of my coping mechanisms, and it's ultimately not good because we talked about this last episode. I
Yeah, yeah. I'm
think
just gonna say
nothing's ever gonna work out how you want it to work out, and it has some kind of sense of like control. Like it's
Yeah.
me trying to control outcomes because based on all of the stuff that I've been through, you know, in the past, which that is also not good because ultimately I'm still living in the past. Like
Yeah,
I'm
harboring on
now a product of my past, so I'm trying to control the future when really I should be like just
embracing the
present.
uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said.
Oh God, why did that happen?
I have not. Oh, it's 12 o'clock.
What does
Our
that mean?
gratitude thing we supposed to start.
Oh, we need a new alarm for that gratitude thing because that is not like
It's
that's
scared
scary.
Hey y'all, that noise y'all heard. I have a reminder on my phone for 12 o'clock to like go to a quiet place or
Safe
wherever, a
space.
safe space, and like meditate or whatever I think I need at that time period. Reground myself for the day. Um, yeah, and I got an alarm set for it. That's an easy like trick right there if you're trying to be like more mindful and change things. Don't forget to use our phones. Like they created these motherfuckers to be like pocket
Exactly.
computers and shit. Like use that bitch to your advantage. Just don't let them sell you clothes from Gap.
Or Old Navy.
And I saw that. Yeah, I say Gap and Old Navy because I saw a lot of them on my motherfucking time. I'm like, Why the fuck am I getting Gap?
And don't let them talk you into buying games that you've seen on ads on Instagram either.
I sure was like, what the fuck you going with the hand thing?
Cause I
And I
like
did that shit. Like they presented a game to me on Instagram like 15 times one day. And I was like, yo, fuck that. I'm buying this game. And it was a letdown.
Was
It was
it?
a complete fucking letdown. But
Damn.
the ad though,
They got your ass because
they
I remember you
got me.
yesterday saying this shit better be good too. Let me see what the
I
fuck
did
this
that
game
shit.
about.
This
It's
shit
better
better
be
be good.
good.
They got my ass with it. But yes, like use that phone to better yourself for sure.
Yeah, because I want to go back. We gonna get back into the topic really quick, but really quickly, I wanted to say I think we often we don't meditate or practice mindfulness until we have to practice
Oh my
it,
mama,
and then
yeah.
it's not effective when you do it like that. It's
When
not as effective.
when you wait till you finna crash out to meditate, then you got so much shit in there going on. Like, but if you make it a daily practice, you won't necessarily get that high on your intensity on basically like being irritated won't get that high if
Exactly.
you practice that shit all the time. So let's practice it before we explode.
Exactly.
But getting back to what you were saying,
What was I saying?
um, that you were just protecting yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Often I try to protect myself from newer versions of me because I'm comfortable with this version of me.
Bruh, no, cause listen,
Not to grab my
cause I just started back reading The Mountain Is You. That's a great ass book, but one that made me think about the fact that as human beings, we just want to be comfortable. We want to feel safe. We want to feel protected, even if that means growing. And if something even better comes along than where we are now, we sometimes won't even budge because we're comfortable.
Yes, I said it. I had just finally conceptualized the idea of it. Like I was trying for so long to get that why I'm so addicted to this version of me is because I'm comfortable here and I
You've
don't
known it for
I'm
so
I'm
long.
scared of new versions of me because I don't know what that person is into. I don't know who they like. I don't know how they respond.
You don't know
So
what they're capable
I
of.
don't know what they capable of. Like the new me might know how to like chop bodies up. I don't know. Like he might know how to do
God,
that.
not
I don't
child.
know, but like that's what I mean. Like the new version of you is different from you. So I see why people stay who they are because it's comfort in the person you are now. But it's
Mm-hmm.
also nothing new. Like if you block newer versions of you, then we're blocking new blessings. We're blocking new experiences and things that might actually shape the life we want. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So yes, be okay to be assassinated by you. That's perfectly fine if you got to kill this version of you
I love it.
to step into the newest version and don't be scared.
I remember years ago, about 2 years ago, I was journaling and I actually remember sharing the journal. Like, I guess I don't know what to call a journal. It's not a prompt because I just remember sharing what I journal on my Instagram story. At first I shared it on my close friends, and then I just shared it with everybody. But I literally remember saying I have to kill her. Like, she is dead to me. And you literally have to think that way when you want to manifest new things into your life
Hmm.
because literally the person that you are right here now today, yes, got you this far.
Yes.
But where you're about to go, you don't need her anymore. You don't need him anymore. It's time to unlock a newer version of you who's going to get you to where you need to be.
Absolutely. And it's okay to feel sad if you feel like,
It's
oh my
so
God,
fucking
I'm breaking off.
sad.
Like, what am I becoming? Like, that's perfectly fine. 'Cause you're going through a scary thing right now. You're evolving into something new. You're like, it's okay. Be comfortable.
Evolution is scary.
Evolution is scary. Like, let them tears fall for your past versions of you.
Hmm.
Like, it's okay to mourn past versions of yourself. Um,
Do I have an episode
I
called
think so. I think I just repeated some shit you said before. Mourning the
Mourning
past.
the Past Version? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
for
it is a
sure. For
sad
sure.
thing. Like when you think about older versions of you, but like shit, we gonna get to where we really want to be. Like we don't know who we gonna be on that. On that, when we get to that goal, we don't know who we gonna be. We have to embrace it though.
I feel like I've been becoming for a really long time.
We probably gonna. I feel like we are ultimately forever becoming, and
Yeah.
we are never actually complete. We're always becoming something,
Mm-hmm.
and we are never arrived to anything. We just continuing. As we said, life goes on. Your evolving goes on as a person. You're not finna be this same person forever, and you also not finna achieve this ultimate goal. It's just an ultimate becoming the entire time.
Yeah. Facts.
This life shit funny.
It's funny and honestly, I could sit here and talk about it all day
Yeah, it's like life goes on.
and come up with new like thoughts all day.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, gratitude, like let me speak about gratitude again. Gratitude give you a high too, like,
Yeah.
but it's like you got a high like you smoke and you get high. You have a point where like damn I'm high. Then you have a tail off point. Gratitude is more of a flat line forever kind of high.
You don't think do you think with gratitude it gets higher though? I do. I think it
Yeah,
could
but
go
it's so
even higher.
sustainable though. It's not like I say, it ain't like a drug high. Drug high, it goes up and then it fades down. With gratitude, once you reach new levels of gratitude, it's like you have a new home there.
Yeah, like once you reach new levels of gratitude, like you never go back
Yeah, yeah,
down.
yeah. It's why, goddamn, I fuck with gratitude.
God damn, gratitude, my guy.
Fuck, fuck. Like just think about it. Fuck, I fuck with gratitude. Like it's lighting up my whole being right now.
I know, I feel, honestly, I do. I feel so grounded and have so much gratitude in this very moment. Like, usually when we record the podcast, I typically do because, like,
Yeah,
regardless of what I'm going through in life, I think back to these moments and I do feel a sense of gratitude.
yeah. Feel a sense of strength, comfort, um, ability. I don't know. You can't sense ability, but like for some reason right now I have the sense that I can accomplish all things.
And a purpose, too.
Yeah, yeah. So like
Mhm.
I feel, I feel useful. Like these are all the feelings I'm going through right now. I'm feeling gratitude, so I'm just like letting them know like this is what gratitude can feel like sometimes.
Mhm.
Like um, I feel smart. I feel a little beautiful right now.
Not why I look beautiful.
Cause I'm big, handsome, but a little beautiful right now. Like so,
I can't stand
yeah, yeah.
you.
So a little beautiful, but big, handsome right now. Like shit different when you grateful for things. Shit a lot
For
different. So
sure.
y'all be grateful for everything y'all have.
For sure. Even things that you feel like you shouldn't be grateful for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I think sometimes we express gratitude towards the positive experiences, towards the high
Yeah,
vibrational experiences. But I want to start expressing gratitude even more towards things that I feel like didn't serve me. Like, I'm grateful for that experience. I
yeah.
learned XYZ
So it
from
did serve
from
you.
it.
So
Yeah, but in
ultimately, it
in
did serve you.
hindsight, it served you. But when it happened, you felt like that shit didn't serve you.
Yes. I can't. I don't want to like parable, like not parable. I don't want to like quote it exactly, but when I read the Quran, there are points in where it says like when God blesses somebody and it's a positive thing that they want, they're like, oh, thank God, thank you for this. And then when God also blesses you with a challenge, we're like, oh my God, why did God do this to me? Why did this happen to me? It's like both are blessings, but you took one in a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
It's about
But
perspective.
it's about perspective. But both of them gonna serve you. You know what I'm saying? Um, damn, Allah, I fuck with you. God, I fuck with you.
Like, whenever I was in middle school, my cousin used to have this keychain that says "God is my homie," and I stole it from him. Then I had it.
So,
God is my homie.
so you stole.
I don't know if I stole it or if I asked. I can't remember, but either way, it was
You got
mine.
sticky fingers they don't know about.
They don't know that your girl used to be in Walmart stealing lip glosses.
Stealing lip glosses. We went to Target one time. Yeah, you talking about back then. I'm talking about recently. We went to Target and my daughter picked something up and like we was at the register and she's finna hand it to me to put on the register. It was
We
something
had
small.
already checked
It
out.
was
It was
like,
toothpaste.
was it toothpaste? It was. I think it was toothpaste for our youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter had it in her hand. She was give it
She
to
had
me
it in her pocket already, though.
because our other daughter broke it out the package
Okay.
and broke out the
And she
package,
was trying to like put it
and
up.
she was
Yeah.
trying to like.
And but listen, we already walking out the door. I was like, what I say?
You said, "Girl, put that back in
I
your
said,
pocket."
girl, just keep it.
Got my baby stealing
There is no
and got away with it.
justification. There's no
There's
justification
no.
for what I did. But we spent a lot of money at Target.
We do spend a lot of money
I'm
at
just
Target.
getting my lick back. I'm
They
getting my money back.
cause like I go in there and buy shit that I wasn't supposed to buy, so that really is getting my lick back from Target.
But I do still have some of my little thieving ways in me.
You
Okay.
do. Watch her.
Not watch.
Watch it, y'all. Nah,
But I am an upstanding citizen of this country and
a law
a
abiding citizen.
law-abiding citizen. If you have never seen that movie, you should go watch
See,
it.
that's why I'm scared. My new me gonna be like him. That nigga could do
No.
anything he wanted to do. That nigga broke into jail so he could break out
Out
of
of
jail. Then he
jail.
put himself
No, he
in jail.
went to jail so he could break out of
No.
jail.
But first he broke into the jail as a free person.
Okay, I don't remember that part.
Yes, because he had the tunnel out of the cell, so he had to. It didn't show him making the tunnel, but he had to break into the jail to make the tunnel.
Okay.
Then he sent
That's
himself
true.
to jail to use the tunnel to get out of jail.
Okay.
I'm scared the new version of me is gonna be that fucking good, and I ain't gonna have
But
no remorse.
you're gonna use your
Talents for good.
yeah.
If you watch that movie,
He kind of did
he
too.
kind of did too. It's kind of subjective. Was he a bad guy?
It's kind of in the air. I don't know. Like
Fuck. Here go the movies raising us again. Here go movies
that
raising
movie
me.
blew my mind, bro.
Yes, that's a good one.
Really good one. This life that we're living, we're gonna have ups and downs. It ebbs and it flows. It's non-linear.
Non-linear. That is
It's a
your word.
non-linear path, and every piece of this journey has to be embraced.
And like you said, all of it has to be embraced, because if not, we'll find ourselves going back and steady making these same mistakes, going back and adding more baggage to something that started out very small. I think that's something that we don't look at is how small our problems start versus the ignoring of them and adding to them. Remember the old school game Tetris? Our problems start
I
off as
remember. I think.
like the blocks that would come down. You had to like put them in the perfect shape.
Okay, I remember. Yes.
Like our problems start off very small blocks, and over time we just add little things here and there, like because we're ignoring them and living life. I think one of the greatest tricks they put out there on us was like capturing our time. Right, I thought about that earlier this morning. Like,
What do you mean by capturing our time?
capturing our time. 'Cause first off, they took our resources, then they capture our time. We go to the jobs so we can get money. That's 8 hours. That's, if you're a lucky person, you only got to work 8 hours
Yeah.
to sustain a living. That's 8 hours there. You come home, you get off, it's like 5, whatnot. You try to go to bed at a healthy time, that's 10 p.m. So you got 5 hours in between, and Lord, don't have an errand to run. Don't get an oil change. Or
We need
something
an
as
oil
simple as
change.
that. Don't get an oil change. Don't get anything happen. Lord forbid anything happen. You got to go pick up food for dinner or whatever it might be. You got 5 little hours, I guess. But then you got to prepare for work the next day. You'll cook a meal for that. You got 2-3 hours. Like out of a day, they took our time. So a lot of times we are forced just to have a living to go through this cycle. And we have to ignore some things. Because a lot of people, I'm gonna let you go soon as I get this out. But like a lot of people, I realize how blessed we are and grateful we are. You had a bad day, and at 1 p.m. we at the park, laid up under the sun. I'm grateful for the life I have.
Yeah,
'cause
that's privilege for sure.
in a couple years ago, we ain't had that privilege. Like, shit, if I had a bad day, I was just gonna have to have a bad day and keep working for Uncle Sam. Like, and there was nothing I can do about it until 5 p.m. You know what I mean? And that shit, that's how they got us. They took our fucking time from us, bro.
And another thing too is that because I've been guilty of this, and even as someone who doesn't have to clock in or go to a 9 to 5, because I do realize some people love their job. I do realize that as well.
Yeah. Don't get me
But
wrong.
as someone who works for themselves, I could think it can even be even harder sometimes. But also being mindful of your time, regardless of what your work life looks like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being mindful and very particular with the time that you do have. Because I feel like sometimes we'll look up, be like, damn, I ain't even do XYZ. I don't got no time to do nothing. But if you look back and kind of pay attention to what
you
you
had time.
did, oh, you was on your phone. You was talking to
Yeah.
Jane and Kate and Susie. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When you should have been doing something else. You should have been putting yourself first and having some kind of self-discipline to actually achieve whatever goals or, whatever the goal is. Like, whether it be to have a business, be more self-aware, practice mindfulness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Talk.
fucked off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you putting it together real good right there. I like that in you. But like going back to what we talked about earlier, like happiness be present for a lot of things that like ain't so positive. Like spending too much time on Instagram and TikTok. You was happy laughing at the TikToks, going up, you know what I mean, sharing it with folks, liking, commenting. You was happy with the TikToks till you looked up and you spent too much time on social media, and now you talking about you ain't got that much time to work on that business you wanted.
And let me tell you, time goes by so fast when you
Cause
are on social media.
in
It be five
everything,
o'clock, you look up, it be 7. You like,
it's
damn, you look outside. The sun was up, you look outside.
damn,
Damn, it's night now.
it's damn. Let me get up and do something, like, you know what I mean,
Right.
type shit. If I say happiness, be in the room when some ugly shit happen, like, so watch it. But
Yeah. Hold yourself accountable. Like,
cause
have discipline.
cause everything is temporary.
Temporary.
So we need to execute. You ain't gotta be on your toes all the time, but you need to be on your toes consistently.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, we have to have breaks. We have to have those days off, just time for ourselves to do nothing, but also at a how am I trying to say this? I guess at a sustainable rate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's healthy for anybody to just be on your phone all day long.
No, no, for sure. But like
In moderation, that's the word I was looking for.
in moderation. But like I said, be consistent because everything is temporary. Cause we got a lot of our followers, like, y'all follow me or you follow Healthy Host. I go to y'all page and I page watch y'all for a little while. I go through y'all posts, see what y'all be up to. Like, I like to, how do I put it? Like, study y'all, see what y'all be on. You know what I mean?
People watch.
Yeah, people watch from the net. And a lot of people that follow us want to do something. Like, they business owners, they are creatives. Like, they're trying to openly do something. Whether it be a podcast, a YouTube channel, clothing, whatever it might be. It's a lot of musicians that follow us. You know what I mean? A lot of people. Like, all you gotta do is be consistent. A lot of this shit ain't as hard as we think it is. We just not as consistent. So when we go back into it, we like got backlog hours. We
Yeah.
ignored it for so long that we like, you damn near 9 hours behind on work. But if you had just dedicated an hour each day to your podcast, an hour each day to your clothing, you know what I mean? By the time you look up at the end of the month, it's 30 days in the month. You spent 30 hours on your
Yes.
shit. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's straight. That's a good start. Like, it start out 1 hour. Then it's an hour 30. It's 2 hours. And then before you know it, like, you a full-time motherfucker doing that.
Exactly. I got two things to say about that when you was spitting the truth. I think a lot of times why did I say spitting the truth? That was so ugly. Like, y'all, I'm
What
gonna
made
say
you
this
go back?
cause I thought about do it big.
Fuck, those
Y'all,
No.
so we pray every night.
Fuck no.
And I have to give that to him, like give that to my baby. Our family prays every night,
Yeah,
and so
we pray as a family.
as
like,
a family. And so he always says, like, God, please give us the strength, the discipline to carry out our talent and serve the world. And one night he said, so we can do it big.
That shit just kind of
And I was
slipped
like,
out. Like,
it caught me off guard when you got done. I said, do it big.
that shit just kind of slipped out, and I was so embarrassed.
I have not heard do it big in so long.
I was earlier that day. I had listened to "Big Shit Poppin'" by T.I. He's like my favorite rapper,
okay.
and he says like "Do It Big" in that song, and it was like kind of stuck in my head.
That's
And
understood.
when
You
I
didn't tell
prayed,
me that at that
'cause
time.
I was ashamed. Not that I listened to the song, I was ashamed that I said "Do It Big" to God. Like, that was like.
The thing about talking to God, though, all you gotta do is show up as yourself. Whenever I went to like church back in the day when I was younger, they always say, "Come as you are." And although some of the churches that I went to didn't carry on that philosophy,
If I came as I am, they judge me.
I'm telling you, but
You don't want to see that.
but genuinely though, when you're having a conversation with God, whether it be through meditation, through praying, you literally, that's the beautiful thing, is to just come as you are. So although I was judging you, God was not.
I can't believe you let motherfuckers know. I said
I
"Do
did,
it
because you
big"
talked
to
about
God.
me stealing. But
Yeah, I said that.
you did.
I did.
I'm letting it all out today.
Yeah.
But I think we often spend a lot of time thinking about the big picture. Like how we want the end result to
Yeah, we
be.
think about the end too much.
And we don't do shit. Like, it's literally, it kind of like takes us away from doing these like little small habits that we need to get to the goal that we want to accomplish.
Ultimately, that's what we doing to ourselves. If like, picture yourself driving in a car, and picture driving and having to look down the road instead of right in front of you. You probably gonna fuck around and hit some shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to look a mile ahead of you instead of just driving like as you are right now. that means you're not looking at the person in front of you hit their brakes. You're not looking
Right.
at that turn signal. You didn't see that stoplight go to red. If you looking so far down the road, we just need to pay attention to the traffic that we in right now.
One step at a time, and then that one thing, do it one step at a
I
time.
tell y'all, at 1 hour a day, 30 hours in 30 days, dog.
60 days.
That's a fire ass song by Larry Jones, 60 Days. But like for like real business, like that's the newest thing. I want to challenge them to like 30 hours in 30 days. This is 1 hour a day for a month. That can change your whole like year. You're
Mm-hmm.
spending an hour a day working on yourself, the
Your
business,
passion,
the
whatever.
passion, whatever it is. Just spending an hour each day fucking with you.
I like that.
You like that?
Don't look at me like that.
All right.
I had another thing to say, but I forgot what it was. So,
Okay.
because I said two things I wanted to address,
You
I
did
forgot
say
the
two
second
things.
thing.
I'm glad because it might be more embarrassing than do it big to God.
It wasn't about you, because I just had thought about that.
And you just had to like let people know.
I did.
Not cool.
Not cool.
But it is that time, people.
On that note, that is all that we have for you today. Why are you looking like that?
You got the outro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what the like you
I
was
mean, I
gonna-
was gonna say that actually. You started looking weird
because
at
it seemed
me.
like you was you switching it up on me
Nah, I feel like we haven't ended it with affirmations.
in a very long time.
Yeah, don't you? Like just a few, 2 or 3.
Go ahead then, sweetheart. I ain't never like turned down a reaffirmation. So
Okay. So, and I didn't write anything down for this, so I'm just gonna
bow your heads.
bow and let's bow. Y'all always know I gotta hit y'all with it. I am a worthy being just by being.
Classic.
I am a worthy being just by being. What else? Help me out. Help me out with the affirmations.
I am the strength that I'm searching for. Was that a good read?
That
Was
is
a
so
one?
good. I am the strength that I am searching for.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Where I'm at now is the place I will grow.
Where I'm at now is a place that I will grow. I love that.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
And with that being said,
We love you. Sending you so much peace, so much love and abundance, and everything you need in this exact moment. Talk to y'all next time. Your eyes really be closed. I saw y'all looked over. You was like,
they really be close. I be in it. So
you be in it, in it,
in it.
in it. All right, we love y'all. Bye.
Peace.